WBTV high-definition program is sponsored by Time Warner Cable. WBTV News at 11 starts right now.
First at 11, it's a snowprise Southern style. Another weekend winter storm hitting Charlotte and the Carolinas. This one turning out a little worse than anyone first predicted.
Live now, I want to show you the picture of I-77 at the state line. The interstate's holding up okay, but wait, look closer at that shot. Those are icicles coming down. And we've already got 3 inches in Charlotte, and the side roads are getting dangerous. Tonight, we've had about 50 crashes in Mecklenburg County. If you don't have to drive, they want you to stay home. It's nasty out there tonight. Hello and welcome. I'm Tanya Bendixson.
I'm Paul Cameron. Welcome. Take a look at live power Doppler radar. A snow prize for folks who live north of Charlotte. The system took a little turn to the north, and we're getting winter weather across our area. We've got team coverage of the winter storm. WBTV's Tom Rousey and Brigida Mack. They've been monitoring conditions all night. We'll check with them live in just a moment. But first, we're on your side with the latest on this winter weather alert. I'm here with... And here's Chief Meteorologist Eric Thomas.
Yeah, okay, Paul, there's a good look at the radar, and the way things are stacking up right now, there's still more light snow around the area as we speak. And I would say right now, officially across Mecklenburg County, I would put the snowfall totals in there at about 2 to 3 inches. Officially at the airport, they've got 2.6. Here at WBTV, we've picked up 2.25 inches of snowfall. However, as we start talking about other areas, let's take you down to the Scott Clark's Toyota City WeatherNet, and you'll see there that their temperature is at 29 degrees. What's interesting, though, is we're going to roll on this. Now, this is a couple of hours ago. Watch what happens. The snow falls, and look, it coats the parking lot, but then the residual heat in the ground starts melting the snow back off the parking lot somewhat, although you will still see that there is a nice coating of snow there on the grass. Now we take you to UNCC. Again, you see plenty of snow there on the rooftops. They're just below freezing at 31. Metro School, again, you can see when it was snowing heavily a little bit earlier, the visibility was really cut down, 29 degrees there, 28 Catawba Valley. Unfortunately, because of the wet lens, you can't see too much there. And where they actually had the least amount of snow is up in the North Carolina high country, 22 up that way. If you're wondering where the most snow was, well, you got to go south for that. How about Columbia, South Carolina? 7 inches of snow being reported in some of those areas. So again, you'll see that the storm system moving through. We're still on the backside of it. We're still going to have a couple more hours of light snow across the area. Here's a look. And again, that heavy white stuff is still making its way down through the coastal counties. That's the heaviest snow. Starting to see some breaks across the Piedmont, and still a little bit showing up again with a localized effect back across the foothills with that air riding up those areas. So again, 2 to 3 around Mecklenburg County. You get into that 4-inch range. Once you get to the extreme southern end and then down into South Carolina, we talked about the really heavy amounts down toward Columbia. And again, north of the area, on average about 1 to 2 inches from about, say, Maiden and then into the foothills. Now, there's one exception up there, Tanya. There was one little band that persisted. So areas around Hildebrand, a couple of areas up there did get 3 to 4 in a narrow band. But what's amazing about this is we're already having to look ahead because we're just now getting into the weekend. Coming out of the weekend, we've got another event that could be bringing us another round of snow our way.
Yeah, and we already know how expensive it has been for so many folks to try to clean up after this mess. More on that coming up. Eric, thanks, Paul.
All right, well, pretty much everyone getting snow. People watching us tonight. Here's video from Cornelius. They got 3 inches up by Lake Norman. We were expecting this to hit mainly south of Charlotte, and it did, like here in Rock Hill, with the winter weather much more widespread than we thought. WBTV's Brigida Mack on your side. She's live in Rock Hill tonight. Now, Brigida, are you seeing a lot of people driving tonight, or have they called it an evening?
Yeah, we are definitely still seeing people here on the roadways. We're here along Cherry Road. I want to show you what the accumulation is like right now. This is sort of a powdery mix of snow, and if you take a look at the roads, a slushy mix, which right now seems okay, but overnight is really going to continue to become more dangerous for drivers.
This is just the way it is. I'm used to it. I don't mind it. You just have to be patient.
Peggy Green braved the crowd at the Super Bilo in Rock Hill tonight to make sure she was stocked up for the weekend. She says even just the forecast of snow always brings shoppers out in droves.
The bread aisle was full, and where the eggs were was full, and of course where the cashiers. But I managed, and I'm out now.
She may be out, but now Green, like so many other drivers, have to brave some dicey road conditions as they head home. South Carolina DOT crews have been out all day treating major roadways like I-77 and Cherry Road and Rock Hill. It's a good thing because the snow started early and in a matter of hours had already coated area roads. But the slick and slushy roads didn't keep these folks from coming out to play in the snow.
They were a little bit slippery, but we drove kind of slow, so It was okay.
Tom Uresta and his son Nate were among a few trying to sled down the big hill outside Winthrop Coliseum. He says they're finally getting a chance to use the sleds they bought 3 years ago.
It's always fun to come out and play in the snow. We don't get a lot of this in South Carolina, so it's always fun.
Back out here live now. This again is Cherry Road in Rock Hill. You can see drivers still out here moving pretty good. The DOT really has done a good job of keeping this road clear. But as the snow continues to fall, of course the road conditions will continue to become a problem, especially those secondary roads. We're live in Rock Hill tonight. I'm Brigida Mack, WBTV on your side.
The road looking pretty slushy there, Brigida. Thank you. Now, once the storm passes, South Carolina DOT crews will then turn their focus to clearing the secondary roads that she was just talking about.
Now, here in Charlotte, the snow started about 4:30, and it is just now starting to taper off, and that's led to some very dangerous driving across our city. Dozens of wrecks. Thankfully, though, no one so far has been seriously hurt. WBTV's Tom Rousey on your side now, live on Moorhead Street. And Tom, I know that you've been on some of the side roads. How are they looking right now?
Well, some are a little iffy at this point. Here in West Charlotte, we have a couple inches of snow on the ground. Fortunately, not on the roads. As far as what it's doing right now, though, if you look up in that light, certainly not coming down as hard as it was, but it is still coming down out here. And what is laying on the roads, especially roads that aren't well traveled like Cedar Street here, is that real icy kind of snow. So it can be dangerous to drive on. And if you want proof of that, well, check out this video. This is from Northwest Charlotte, North Hoskins Road. And according to police, a car lost control and slid into an SUV. A lot of damage there, but fortunately, nobody was hurt in this accident. But look at the way that snow is coming down there. That's one of the things. The storm was real heavy at that point. There was another car that actually got stuck in the area as well when that happened. Once again, fortunately, nobody hurt in that accident, but we are seeing accidents like that one all over the area tonight. North Hoskins Road, fairly well-traveled road. The DOT did pre-treat roads in this area. That said, the longer this storm goes, the icier those roads are going to become. For instance, we got Cedar Street behind me here. We've seen a lot of cars going up and down. Haven't had a lot of issues, but we are starting to see some ice form. And I took our trusty old Toyota Prius, which an SUV it is not, but I took it around on the roads. It usually does pretty well in ice and snow, I've found, but there were definitely some spots where I felt the tires kind of giving out under me as I was driving around some neighborhood streets tonight. So if you are out there, please be careful. Live in West Charlotte, I'm Tom Rousey, WBTV on your side.
Good advice, Tom. Thanks. This winter storm hitting most of the southeast tonight from Texas to Atlanta to Myrtle Beach. They've actually named their storms in the mid-Atlantic. You probably heard Snowpocalypse or Snowmageddon. We want you to name our Southern Snow Prize. We've got a couple ideas up on WBTV.com. You can vote for your favorite or add your own. Just log on to WBTV.com and you'll find our poll under News.